안녕하세요. 저는 방탄소년단 황금막내 쫀쫀국입니다.
Today we will learn how to read, write, and pronounce Jung-Jung-Kook. The Korean language is different from most languages because it uses letter blocks. Several letters are written in blocks, and each block represents a syllable. This diagram represents all the possible letter blocks. All letters and patterns are written from left to right and from top to bottom. As you can see, Jun has 3 letters. Which diagram has 3 letters arranged in the same pattern as Jun? It's number 4. Jung is the same pattern, so we will also use pattern number 4. Can you guess which pattern is used for Kook? It's number 5. We will be using pattern number 4 for Jun, pattern number 4 for Jung, and we'll be using pattern number 5 for Kook. As you can see, the first letter of the first block is J. It is pronounced the same as J. The second letter is a vowel. It is pronounced The third letter is an N. It's pronounced the same as our N. So that makes Jun. In the second block, Jung, the first 2 letters are the same. The third letter is Ng, Ng. So it's Jung. And the third syllable is Kook. The first letter and last letter are GK. It's somewhere in between a G and a K. Gook. The vowel in this syllable is U. Jun-Jung-Kook.
전-정-국.
Jun-Jung-Kook.
전-정-국. Since Jungkook is my bias, Jungkook, 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 fighting!
There are 2 ways to write a J. This is the first one. And this is the second way to write a J. Today we will learn how to read, write, and pronounce Kim Tae-hyung.
김태형.
Kim Tae-hyung.
김태형.
Kim Tae-hyung. The Korean language is different from most languages because it uses letter blocks. Several letters are written in blocks, and each block represents a syllable. This diagram represents all the possible letter blocks. All letters and patterns are written from left to right and from top to bottom. As you can see, Kim has 3 letters. Which diagram has 3 letters arranged in the same pattern as Kim? It's number 4. Tae has 2 letters next to each other. we'll use pattern number 1. Can you guess which pattern was used for Yong? It's number 4. Kim Tae-hyung.
Kim Tae-hyung.
Kim Tae-hyung.
Kim Tae-hyung.
Okay, so we'll start with Kim. Kim has 3 letters, and the first one is a K. A K in Korean is written with 2 lines like this, and in English it's written like this. The second letter is the vowel. It's I. In English, it's a soft I. The third letter is a rectangle shape in Korean. In English, it's an M. Now, it's written with a K in English, but in Korean, it's closer to a G. It's more like Gim.
Kim.
Okay, going to the second syllable is Tae. There's 2 letters in Tae. The first one is T. It looks like an E in Korean, but in English it's a T. The second letter is the vowel. It's pronounced A. It looks like an H, but in English it's an AE, meaning a hard A. Tae.
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 And the third syllable is hyung.
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 Hyung. Okay, this syllable has 3 letters in it. The first letter is H. The second letter is Ya. In English, it would be written Y-U, Ya. And the third letter is Ng, N-G. So altogether, it's Hyung.
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 Kim Tae-hyung.
Kim Tae-hyung.
Kim Tae-hyung.
Kim Tae-hyung.
Kim Tae-hyung. Today we will learn how to read, write, and pronounce Pak Ji Min.
Pak Ji Min.
Pak Ji Min.
Pak Ji Min.
The Korean language is different from most languages because it uses letter blocks. Several letters are written in blocks, and each block represents a syllable. This diagram represents all the possible letter blocks. All letters and patterns are written from left to right and from top to bottom. As you can see, Park has 3 letters. Which diagram has 3 letters arranged in the same pattern as Park? It's number 4. A G has 2 letters next to each other. We will use pattern number 1. Can you guess which pattern is used for Min? It's number 4. We will be using pattern number 4 for Park, pattern number 1 for G, and pattern number 4 for Min. We'll begin with the first syllable, Bak. The first letter in this syllable is B, pronounced B. sometimes pronounced P, but not here. The second syllable is A, pronounced A, and the third syllable is K, bak,
밥,
bak.
밥,
The second syllable is G. The first letter in G is J. It is pronounced like our J. The second letter is I, sometimes pronounced E, as in this case, and sometimes pronounced I.
G, G,
The last syllable is min. The first letter is M, the second letter is I, pronounced as I here, and the third letter is N, min.
민, 밥, 지, 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 민. 박지민, 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 박지민.
Now we'll practice writing Korean. Always write from the top to the bottom and from the left to the right. Today we will learn how to read, write, and pronounce Kim Suk Jin. The Korean language is different from most languages because it uses letter blocks. Several letters are written together in blocks, and each block represents a syllable. This diagram represents all the possible letter blocks. All letters and patterns are written from left to right and from top to bottom. As you can see, Kim has 3 letters. Which diagram has 3 letters arranged in the same pattern as Gim? It's number 4. Now the second syllable is Suk. It's in the same pattern as Gim, so we'll use number 4 again. Can you guess which pattern will be used for Jin? It's number 4.
김, 석, 진. 김, 석, 진.
Kim, Suk, Jin.
김, 석, 진.
Kim, Suk, Jin. The first syllable is Gim, and the first letter in that syllable is,
그,
we'll write that as a K in English. The second syllable is,
이,
and that's a soft I in English, it's I. The third letter is M. It's written as a rectangle in Korean, and it sounds like, just like our M. Kim,
김,
Gim,
김, 석,
The second syllable is Suk. It begins with a
스,
sound, and in English we call that an S. The second letter is the vowel, and it's pronounced,
어,
and in English we would spell that E-O, Sia, Saw. The third letter is,
윽,
in English we would call it a K.
석,
Suck,
석,
suck.
진,
Jin. The next syllable begins with a,
즈,
which is closest to our J in English. And the second letter is the vowel. It's pronounced,
이,
in English it sounds like I. In English it sounds like E. And the third letter is,
은, 진, 김, 석, 진, 김, 석, 진.
there are 2 ways to write a J in Korean. This is the second way. Today we will learn how to read, write, and pronounce
정, 호, 석.
The Korean language is different from most languages because it uses letter blocks. Several letters are written in blocks, and each block represents a syllable. This diagram represents all the possible letter blocks. All letters and patterns are written from left to right and from top to bottom. As you can see,
정,
has 3 letters. Which diagram has 3 letters arranged in the same pattern as Jun? It's number 4.
호,
Has 2 letters, one on top of the other. For this syllable, we will be using pattern number 2.
석,
has 3 letters arranged in the same pattern as the first syllable. So we'll use pattern number 4. We will be using pattern number 4 for
정,
we'll be using pattern number 2 for
호,
and we'll be using pattern number 4 for
석. 정, 호, 석.
Jung, Ho, Sok.
정, 호, 석.
Jung, Ho, Sok.
정, 호, 석.
Jung, Ho, Sok.
호비, 호비, 호비.
Now we'll learn how to write his name in Korean. The first letter is,
즈,
it sounds like a J, so we'll write it as a J. There are 2 ways to write a J in Korean. This is the first way, and this is the second way. The second letter is in the vowel position, and it's pronounced
어,
O. We'll write that as a U. The third letter in the final consonant position is a,
응.
we'll write that as an NG. So altogether we have
정,
Jung. The first letter in the second syllable is
흑.
H. So we'll write that as an H. The second letter in the vowel position is,
오,
so we'll write that as an O. Altogether we have
호.
Ho. The first letter in the third syllable is,
스,
we'll write that as an S. And the second letter in the vowel position is
어,
O. So we'll write that as an EO. And the final consonant in this syllable is,
읍.
so we'll write that as a K.
석.
So,
발은 이렇게 해줘야 됩니다. 그럼 다 같이 해볼까요? 하나, 둘, 셋. 발은? 발은?
today we will learn how to read, write, and pronounce
김남준.
in Korean. Korean is different from most languages because the letters are set up in a system of blocks. This diagram represents all the possible letter blocks. All letters and patterns are written from left to right and from top to bottom. As you can see, Kim has 3 letters. Which diagram has 3 letters arranged in the same pattern as Kim? It's number 4. The next syllable, the 3 letters are arranged in the same pattern as the first syllable, so we'll use pattern number 4 again. Can you guess which pattern we'll use for pattern number 3? It'll be pattern number 5. So for
김,
we'll use pattern number 4, and for
남,
we'll use pattern number 4, and for
준.
we'll use pattern number 5.
김, 남, 준.
Kim, Nam, Jun.
김, 남, 준.
Kim, Nam, Jun.
김남준.
Now we'll write
김,
The first letter in Gim is,
G,
which is close to a G, but when you put it in someone's last name, it's like a K. The second letter is,
이,
we'll write that as an I. And the third letter is, just like an M. So altogether it's
김,
Kim,
김,
Kim,
김,
Kim. The second syllable is,
남,
and the first letter is,
N,
we'll write that as an N. And the vowel is
아,
like an A. And the third letter is like an M again.
남,
Nam,
남,
nam. In the third syllable,
준,
the first letter is
즈,
just like a J in English. And the vowel in this syllable is
우,
oo, like an OO. So it's Jew. And the final consonant in this syllable is
N,
N, like an N. So altogether we have
준,
June. Now there's a second way to write a J, and it looks like this. Today we will learn how to read, write, and pronounce
민, 윤, 기.
The Korean language is different from most languages because it uses letter blocks. Several letters are written in blocks and each block represents a syllable. This diagram represents all the possible letter blocks. All letters and patterns are written from left to right and from top to bottom. As you can see,
민,
has 3 letters. Which diagram has 3 letters arranged in the same pattern as
민,
it's 4?
윤,
Has 3 letters arranged from top to bottom. We'll use pattern number 5. And
기,
has 2 letters next to each other. We will use pattern number 1. We will use pattern number 4 for
민,
we'll use pattern number 5 for,
윤,
and we'll use pattern number 1 for,
기. 민, 윤, 기.
Min, Yun, Ki.
민, 윤, 기.
Min, Yun, Ki.
민윤기,
Min, Yun, Gi.
민윤기.
As you can see, the first letter of the first block is,
M,
it is pronounced the same as M. The second letter of the first syllable is,
이,
we'll write that as an I. The third letter of the first syllable is,
N,
it's similar to our N. The first letter of the second syllable is a silent letter. So we won't write anything for that. The second letter of the second syllable is
U,
U. We'll write that as a Y-O-O. And the third letter of the second syllable is
N,
similar to our N. The first letter of the third syllable is,
그,
we'll use a G for that. And the second letter of the third syllable, which is the vowel position, is
이,
E. So we'll write that as an I.